have to be ruled out. It started. We're live.
Okay.
What do you say? Oh my
why is
God.
this blinking?
It's
This is not on.
yep.
The border is done and Australia deserving winners.
Absolutely.
The first point is Australia are deserving winners of this trophy. India played with one bowler and three half batters. That's what India played with. I will give it to Jaiswal, he was good. KL Rahul was sporadically good. Nitish Kumar Reddy came into the thing and did reasonably well for what was expected out of him, except this particular test match. And the complete over-dependence on Jasprit Bumrah, very radically exposed. Very radically exposed that this bowling attack is over-dependent on Jasprit Bumrah and how. His 4 wickets, and did you see how listless India was after lunch? There was no bite. And on a wicket which is still doing much. If you see, it was one-off ball.
Yeah.
Siraj to head, Krishna with the bounce. There is no consistency. There is no discipline. Something that Jasprit Bumrah has been forever able to bring to this team was lacking today. And without Bumrah, this is not even half the attack. Let's put it this way. No Bumrah, this could have been 4-0. Because of Bumrah, India won first. India was competitive right through the series because of Bumrah, including this one. And in Melbourne, to a degree, India was competitive thanks to Bumrah. The over-dependence on Jasprit Bumrah stands exposed, and that is a big worry. You have 5 test matches in England. You have the Champions Trophy. You don't know yet what is happening with the man. If he's not there, where is Indian cricket headed? Is the question that we need to ask.
I don't know how it is. We're back. We're back. Let's. Okay.
It kind of happened like India. Do we have to hold this?
Yeah, I think. Let's see. Next time we'll have to be faster. Let's stand a little
Yeah.
bit closer so I can just
Yeah.
take control of it. But anyway, collapses. Collapses.
First thought, the
Yes.
over-dependence on Bumrah.
Yes. I mean, how did Indian cricket get to this? That's what I'm saying is because of you have exceptional talent in the team. Where's the execution? Without Bumrah, the bowling lineup looked clueless. It looked listless. No penetration whatsoever. There is no consistency. There is no discipline. You don't look like you have a plan from the outside. You must have a plan, of course. I'm not saying that you've gone in with no plans whatsoever, but from the outside, it does not look good. It does not look good for Indian cricket that Jasprit Bumrah is the only man who's performing. Just the entire series was tilted on Jasprit Bumrah performing or not performing. 32 wickets changed the game for India. Jasprit Bumrah, now that he's out, now that we know that how the Indian team looks without Jasprit Bumrah, it's I think it's sad and unfortunate that this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, is the reception slightly problematic?
Is it?
Check.
I don't have. Oh yes.
Just go a little bit further.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's put things in context. I mean, without Bumrah, let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's go to the side of the thing.
No, this is what was happening yesterday as well.
Are we on Wi-Fi or are we on the?
No, I'm on data.
Then that should not be a problem.
But
I should also.
yes. We're walking. Can you check once if the stream is fine now? Hopefully it works now because we've walked a little bit farther away.
Still choppy, is it? Or am I on Wi-Fi?
You are on Wi-Fi.
Check now.
That's like
Okay, let's get this going. The fact of the matter is, this is what an incredibly interesting series comes to an end in a rather tame manner.
Yeah.
India should have on this wicket given Australia a real fight. There was every reason to believe that there was tremendous amount of help for the faster bowlers. Had Jasprit Bumrah been there, there would have been a very different story. No Jasprit Bumrah, and all of a sudden no bite. The first 4 overs, and I tweeted then, were a shocker. Mohammad Siraj, unfortunately, absolutely not what we wanted him to be. Yesterday he was bowling so well.
Yeah.
Today all of a sudden again the line and line just not there. Prasid Krishna completely erratic. Some excellent balls, including the one to Steve Smith, but some really ordinary balls, conceding way too many runs, way too many runs. And that's where really the problem stems from, the inconsistency of the Indians. And that is the same with batting as well. When you take a look at the batting, here Rahul starts the series very well. Yes. Peter Starr. Yashasvi Jaiswal was the only guy who kept the intensity going to a degree.
Got it.
Got it? Yes. Yeah, let's
Walk away slowly. How's the internet now?
let's check.
This is a task. Oh, it's still bad. Do we record it?
No. Let's. No,
Where else can you go? Because
I think we should go to the roadside area.
are you sure?
Yeah, because we were doing live from there today morning. No, it was fine, and the crowd will also clear up.
Rahul is Rahul is experienced.
The screen is freezing. That's what he said.
Is the audio going?
Rahul, is the audio okay? Just message me because we are just walking to a relatively better place.
At least we can keep talking if not.
Yeah. Rahul, play the audio is okay. Play the visuals, Rahul, if you have the visuals, and we'll keep talking and we'll get to a better place.
Yeah.
Audio is okay. So, to sum up, I mean, when I see the series, I'm part because of the streak called Testing.
Yeah.
104 all out. You really want to analyze 104 all out is done. And all of a sudden, that incredible Jasprit Bumrah spell brought India back into the game and how. Because nobody thought that after getting bowled out for 104, India had a chance. India did not. And thereafter, that superb spell that won you for. The problem is, thereafter, right through the contest, you were not able to really sort of buck up and get things better. Right through the series, the inconsistency in the bowling, the inconsistency in the batting, everything was was and that hurt you. That hurt you so bad. That hurt you so bad because whether it is who's your second bowler?
No one.
That's my problem. That alongside Justin Bieber, when we say, Mohammad Siraj,
Yeah.
Mohammad Siraj totally erratic right through the series. Not yet. Are we good now? Can you put us full screen again? People are saying I had said India had a chance. Again, I'm saying India had a chance. For God's sake, on this wicket, network lost.
Oh God. I think it's fine now. Rohan's messaging me, but I can't open WhatsApp because let's try here. Let's see. Let's see. Let me check what Rohan is saying. Oh,
Yes, yes.
yes. Is this success?
Is it good?
Let's keep this close so we can catch it.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better. Yeah, let's go. You stand this.
All good.
Let's start the review properly.
Yes.
You know, let's if you analyze the whole tour, the over dependence on Jasprit Bumrah stands exposed. The point that we made in the morning on this wicket, if you see the kind of assistance, if you see the kind of assistance of Australians got, and the support that even today Pat Cummins got with a goal, Scott Boland got with a goal. Unfortunately, even with the red Kukapura, new Kukapura, the Indian bowlers were completely listless. And that first 4 overs, which were totally erratic, that kind of got the whole game away from us.
It makes you feel very disappointed. I mean, definitely end up because haven't got exceptional talent. We have exceptional talent on the bench in the league. But why is it that application, that the execution is just not, the Indian team is just not getting it right? What's going on? Is it a mentality issue? Is it that everyone is on a different page or wants to try something different? We know, Virat Kohli, Jasprit Chandra, they were trying it, riling the bowlers up. But at the same time, without a Jasprit Bumrah, why are you looking that way? I understand having one star performer in your team, but it shouldn't be that without that star performer, you're not.
See, the point is this can get worse now.
Yeah.
This was an opportunity, and I keep repeating on this wicket, this was an opportunity for India, for bowlers like a Prasidh Krishna, for bowlers like Mohammad Siraj to make it count. I mean, there are many reports that the team members are not eating together, they are not dining together. We have seen what has happened with Rohit.
Doesn't matter.
Will that give others confidence? Will that now mean any senior pro? See, in the middle, you have think about what transpired.
Yeah.
Ravichandran Ashwin going back in the middle of a tour. Rohit Sharma not playing this final game. Whatever anybody says, Rohit Sharma was dropped.
Yeah.
The fact is, Rohit Sharma was dropped. So the question of Rohit Sharma stepping down, not wanting to play in team interest, all of that is. What do you reckon? Up to your six. So Rohit Sharma was dropped. Ravichandran Ashwin goes back midway into the tour.
Yeah.
I mean, that cannot be an index.
Exactly.
A senior player goes back home in the middle of a tour all of a sudden, and things go wild. I mean, the captain doesn't play the final test match. Look at the way the Rohit Sharma situation was handled. The Rohit Sharma situation was handled in a poor manner.
Yes.
Gautam Gambhir should have come to the
Sorry,
press
India. Sorry.
Gautam Gambhir should have come to the press conference the previous day and said he's not playing.
Cleared up everything.
Rohit Sharma should have been sitting with Gautam Gambhir and said that, okay, I am not playing, or this is how we have decided we will play this. And we have no idea. We have no idea. Each one of us are continuing to guess. Yes, he's unlikely to play. He's not going to play. And then in the morning we are told, how is it that this is the way you are handling things? How is it that this is a united side? How is it that all of these things go down well? Where was the transparency? 18 hours later, you know that a Rohit Sharma isn't going to play. You have taken the call the moment you have come to Sydney. You
Exactly.
know why are you not saying it?
Well, I don't understand, honestly. I don't know why India is so set on hiding everything, on only giving out the playing 11 when they're going out for a toss. What is Australia going to do if they have, if they have the playing 11 2 days early? All it does is, I'm not saying they have to do that, but when we talk about transparency, when we talk about trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the Indian dressing room or within the management, we have no clue. And we can't put our fingers on it and say, you know what, this is like a united front. Like I've said, throughout this series, we've seen one or two brilliant glimpses of performances. But does that mean that we can even when we talk about performance, you know what? It doesn't matter what the players do outside of the field. It does not matter if they're not having dinner together or they're not hanging out together. Those things do not matter. But when they're on the field, there has to be a level of professionalism, and they have to come together and perform as a team.
Look, let's take it one by one. I mean, the way the Rohit Sharma issue was handled,
That was really bad.
I was quite taken aback that you just go, and that's when you go and ask, are you batting at the nets? The guy looks clueless. He comes out to bat for 10 minutes. He's your captain. He's your leader of the team. You drop him in a particular manner. You make him come to the press conference, make him sit by your side, get Jasprit Bumrah there as well, and then all three of them decide, okay, in the interest of the team, this is a call we have taken. And one understands that call. But the way the whole thing was being spun around, Gautam Gambhir telling the press, oh, we've not decided. My answer remains the same. What do you mean my answer remains the same? Let's say that Rohit Sharma, for whatever reason, has not been picked because of his form. People will understand. You think people are daft the next morning, people won't understand. It's the way India conducted and get this whole Jasprit Bumrah issue. Mohammad Siraj, 4 years back, the same Mohammad Siraj won you a test match. Exactly. Today morning, that wicket, with that new Kutapura, the ball doing much, it's jumping. Look at the way Prasid Krishna bowled for 3 balls for the wickets. And especially the Steve Smith ball. Tell me how many of those Steve Smith balls did you get? But before that, let's take this question. The guy that doesn't need coaching keeps you in the series. 6 months of Gautam's team, and it is evident he's not helping the talent that needs it. One of the selection calls doesn't make up for overall results. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. The Nitish Reddy call and the to an extent the Harshit Rana call are the two calls. But when you are saying this AHQ, and let's put this in context now. Washington Sundar is playing why? Why was the Washington Sundar playing this man? How many overs he's batting at eight?
Yeah.
He's batting at number 8 and he doesn't pull an over.
And now looking back, I'll tell you something very, very interesting.
Why not play Harshit Rana?
Yeah, Abhishek Nair in that press conference in Melbourne said that Shubman Gill is not dropped, and the reason why we picked Washington Sundar is not because of batting, it is because we wanted batting from Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar.
Precisely. And the question is that if you are playing someone at number 8
Or they're bowling.
for whatever respite,
Yeah.
etc., you have not, even now, two left-handers were batting out there. Two left-handers batting. There were free runs being given. There are cracks on that wicket. Why not try Washington Sundar for an over?
Yeah.
Well, you're not trying Washington Sundar. Now my point is, if you're then saying that okay, Washington Sundar is number 8, you're not going to give him bowl. How many runs has he contributed to you in the 2 innings? 20 runs.
Exactly.
So why not play Harshit Rana on this wicket? You then had a fast bowling option. You could have gone with him. How much have you this whole all-round force defensive option that you went with? To what extent has that served you? This is a huge opportunity lost for India. How many times have you seen a City wicket in my 25 years of cricket watching? You met so many cricketers in the press box. Everybody saying the same. Ravi was saying the same to me now.
Yeah.
Justin says the same to me.
No one has seen cricket.
This kind of help, carry, bounce, green, help, and then this is what you do with your team selection. Nitish Kumar Reddy and Washington Sundar. What Nitish Kumar Reddy, I understand you still allowed him to bowl. Washington Sundar, you did not even give him to bowl.
What was going on? This is precisely what I'm saying. when an Abhishek Nair, when an assistant coach comes in and tells you quite clearly why the decision was made, because of the extra bowling option or that cushion, the word that Abhishek Nair used, you didn't use that cushion at all. So what was Washington Sundar in the for?
That's the question I'm asking.
You
I mean,
don't know the answer.
so is he a batter?
What?
Then he's batting at number 8. Washington Sundar is playing in the team as a batter and is coming in at number 8. If you want to back him up, then back him up. Then why is he not batting above Nitish Reddy?
Yeah.
Why is he not batting above somebody else? Washington Sundar did not get a single over to bowl. So is Dhruv Jurel a better batter than Washington Sundar or not? Dhruv Jurel in the India A series, India A matches played wonderfully well.
Yes.
So if you decided that okay, in this wicket we have a Nitish Reddy as a backup, we have a Ravindra Jadeja to bowl spin. So why not you go with Dhruv Jurel if you want to strengthen your batting? Or if you're going with that fourth bowling option, you go in with Harshit Rana. Go all in. That we play 4 fast bowlers on a track like this. Imagine Harshit Rana hit the deck. At least you have an option there. No Bumrah. You could have gone to someone else. Today, all of a sudden, you've given it away. Team selection, very baffling strategy. I mean, people are saying that there's no opportunity. Huge opportunity there. Huge.
Look at the wicket. Come on, you had so much purchase. Even yesterday with a 30 overall ball.
That ball today morning?
Yes, exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. You got so much in variable bounce. You got so much purchase for the bowlers, and you could not take advantage of it. All you had to do was bowl consistently at the same line and length. That's all you had to do. You had to trouble the batter. You had to frustrate them, dry out the runs. But one question for you: do you think the Indian management has taken it for courses overdue?
How? In what way? Had they done horses for courses, then it would have been Akashdeep in Adelaide. They did not. Horses for courses, what? Melbourne was a deck where Akashdeep wasn't suited. They went with Akashdeep in Melbourne. I can see when I see the list and I see this wicket, Australia had given India an opportunity. This is like that India wicket where, with a turner, you bring the Indian bowlers into play.
Yeah.
This was one of those fast wickets, pacey wickets, green wicket, where the Indian fast bowlers were given that opportunity by Australia. You could not make the most of it. You wasted your opportunity. You handed the game into Tata. You have a 160 run lead. You have 3 for 65 Australia. Tell me what was the approach after lunch? Nothing. Nothing. No Bumrah, no Bumrah, and that's it. And that is the sad spirit of this whole thing. That
You're really telling me that that India's entire plan rested on one player?
that's why I'm asking. That are we going to say that without one Jasprit Bumrah, we couldn't do it? We couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it. And this series would have been 4-0 without Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah.
We won part because the man was a freak, and he after getting all out for 104 in Perth, Jasprit Bumrah turned it around with some incredible goals.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, by the end of the day, Australia was reduced to 60 for 7. That is how you won that game. It was individual brilliance.
Or just that one to that match. And that partnership from KL and Yashasvi.
Second innings. I mean,
Yeah.
after that effort by Jasprit Bumrah, which got India back into the game, and then the Rahul Jaiswal partnership. But overall, when you think about this series, first we've got to play 5 test matches in England. When I think of the 5 test matches in England in summer,
Without the Jasprit,
I don't know. I mean, uh,
if is what I'm saying.
where is who will bat for you? Take Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is a walking wicket. Virat Kohli, all you need to do is pitch it outside the off stump. He will take it away and he will go.
Scotty Boland was so right yesterday. He said clearly, we don't have to do anything. All we have to do is once he gets set in, you bowl that one delivery and he's gone. He gives it to you.
That's the whole problem, isn't it, Gandhi? That Virat Kohli, who is supposed to be your best batter, who is supposed to be one of the best in the world, is now a walking wicket. Do you see Virat Kohli? Let's ask the question. You talk Rohit Sharma. You put everything on Rohit Sharma. Where do you see Virat Kohli? Does Virat Kohli play in the England team?
I don't think so.
On form?
No, I don't think so.
And if he does, then he has to play county cricket. The only way Virat Kohli can make that England test team is if Virat Kohli goes and plays county cricket.
It's not. You see that happening?
IPL ends around the 20th, 25th of May.
Right.
India is now out of the WTC.
Yep.
So you have the 25th of May to the 20th June window. 20th June is the first test match in Leeds.
Yes.
You effectively have a full 4-week window. Will Virat Kohli or any batter go and play county cricket, minor county, Lashings, Lancashire League to get themselves ready for England? Because the county season would have started then. You have an opportunity. Your IPL has ended. You go there, you get 15 days, 20 days of practice in red ball because it leads at Headingley on the 20th of June. It's early summer. It is not late summer. India has traditionally played late summer cricket in England. Here you are playing early summer cricket. Early summer means there will be enough and more juice. Early summer, I've lived in that country for 20 years. In summer, there will be enough and more juice. There will be cloud cover. There will be all of those things happening. Does Virat Kohli stand a chance?
I don't see it. Uh, Even for this series, it was the fact that how do I even put this? How do I even put this? Because you look back on innings, I'm trying to find some good innings here. There were, I think, we saw two good innings. Of course, one was that Perth batting innings, and the second was Melbourne second innings. Was it? Where Yashasvi Virat partnership. Where was
Yeah,
that?
that was Ben
Yeah,
Melbourne second.
Melbourne second innings. That was it. That's all you've seen from Virat Kohli throughout the series.
But even Melbourne was a throwaway.
Yeah, of course it was.
Even Melbourne was a throwaway
Not
outside off.
Not only himself, but he also sacrificed the Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Correct, correct. I mean, let's. Where do we start?
Exactly. That's I'm
each
speechless at this point.
each time you think the way you went about this series, this is a mediocre Australia. This Indian team, if you look at their effort, it was so bad. Even then, the series came to the last test match. You could have a chance. The last innings, there was a real opportunity. India had a lead of 160, four down. You still had the fact that Australia's batting was equally fragile.
Exactly. You could have exploited that. There was so much to exploit today as well. Yesterday, I think Indian bowling lineup looked very, very good, and that's what you expected going into today.
Tell me what happened between yesterday and today.
I don't know.
It was the same boom, no
Same
Bumrah.
Siraj, same Prasidh Krishna, same
Where is the
MKR.
consistency?
What happened? And you know what? It got worse after that.
Yeah, it was after that. It was just that, and the same thing happened yesterday. Post lunch, the same guys come and do the job for India.
Yeah.
Post lunch yesterday, 5 wickets for 80 runs, and this is a 10-over-old ball.
Yes.
This is a 10-over-old Kookaburra which is doing something. If you see Mohammad Siraj, some balls of Mohammad Siraj, you know that there is enough and more on that wicket to be able to do the job. And they come and what is going on here? I mean, Prasidh Krishna hits the deck, hit the deck, hit the deck. Where is the consistency? Every over half volleys, every over outside off, every over outside leg.
Giving so much room. At that point, he was just asking to get hit for a boundary. Because
The pressure gets released every over.
exactly my point is that every batter you're giving loose shots so that they can get set in, so that they can get going, and you've thrown away the momentum. You had the pressure. You going into today, you had the pressure. All you had to do was replicate what you did yesterday. You didn't have to do anything special.
That's the issue. I mean, you did the job yesterday with the same
So
batting
what
lineup.
happened today? Was there a change in Was there a change in plans? Was there a change in the approach?
It was the same Kohli who was captaining.
Yeah.
It is not as if anybody else was captaining. We kept talking about the fact that the Virat factor will come into play at least as far as the captaincy issue is concerned. Even he went with there was not one over of Washington Sundar that was even tried. There was not one over of Washington Sundar that was tried. Not one. Why? Why would Virat Kohli with two left-handers not go with one over of Washington Sundar? There is a crack out there. Scott Boland was exploiting it. Think about it. Australia had Stark, Boland, Cummins, Hazelwood Cummins, and then Boland comes in to replace an injury. What about us? He was their fourth bowler, and our fourth bowler is Nitish Kumar Reddy, who doesn't even.
Look at the difference that a course Boland versus what a Reddy has made with the ball.
That's the point. That Scott Boland was their pick of the bowlers for six along with Cummins. I thought Scott Boland was better than Mitchell Stark.
Yeah.
I thought Scott Boland was outstanding right through the series. Every ball that Scott Boland was bowling today could have taken a wicket. Every ball. Every ball. By the way, there's a lot of breeze blowing here at the City Cricket Ground. So that's why this whole thing. You have some big young players there. Just find some mediocre Australia. He said that. They have a very good team. You think this is a very good Australian side? Fair enough. Have you seen peak Australian cricket? I mean, this is a very good Australian side. This top order, you reckon? You reckon really? This Australian top order, Usman Khwaja, Marnus Labuschagne in this form, Sam Constance, this is a very good Australian side. Say India below par. A below par India, dependent on one bowler and two and a half batters is what really did are undoing. On a wicket which did so much. Yesterday you folded them up for 181 and today you bowl like this. This is the erratic nature and inconsistent nature of Indian cricket that is costing. You play like this, you will lose that series to India.
Of course. Of course. And I think the biggest difference has been, me and Krisha were talking about this yesterday as well. When you look at the scores, when you've got 3, 4 wickets, on a regular basis, and then you just give the match. You give them the leeway to score more runs, to get the momentum. Someone takes the match away from India, and then you're not able to put that pressure back on. What is it about the Indian team right now that they cannot put the pressure? Yes, we've seen that from Sharma. We've seen that from Majeswal yesterday. But when is that going to be replicated in the bowling lineup?
Someone says, don't give workload excuses for Bumrah. Stark and Cummins has same workload. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry. Stark and Cummins have a Hazelwood and a Scott Boland to replace Hazelwood. That is their three. And in our case, how many overs has Jasprit Bumrah bowled? And by the way, the guy had a stress fracture issue 1 year back. Since he's made a comeback, he has been even better than what he was. So what is the overload issue? Of course, there is workload management that has come into play here. He has been overbowled. He has right through the series been overbowled. He has done the job time and again. He has picked 32 wickets, but there is nothing to take away from the fact that Jasprit Bumrah has been overbowled. Australia's third bowler is the difference between the two sides. In fact, even the second bowler. Yeah. Even the second bowler. When we are talking about the third bowler, we are actually giving it away to us. Think about it. The pressure is on from Mitch Stark. The pressure is on from Cummins. The pressure is on from Boland. Here the pressure is on from Bumrah. That's it. Mohammad Siraj has been a shadow of his former self, except the second innings in Melbourne and yesterday. Yes, yes. Mohammad Siraj, we had all thought would bowl like what he did yesterday and come to the party. Unfortunately, he did not. Leave alone the third bowler. Then when you go to the third bowler, it's a blind spot. Akash Deep, not up to the mark. Harshit Rana in the second test, not up to the mark. Prasidh Krishna in this test, yesterday, after a couple of balls, and today, and other than those wicket-taking balls, the rest is a pack of rubbish. I mean, there's this tweet from an Australian journalist that I completely agree with, and I think in Melbourne he had made that tweet that Mohammad Siraj is going from a world-class bowler to a club bowler. Constantly he's switching. See, that's happening. You don't understand why. Because the Melbourne said Mohammad Siraj was top-notch. Here, yesterday Mohammad Siraj was top-notch. But the first question that one needs to ask Gargi is team selection. Yeah. And the management has to be accountable. Whether it is Gautam, whether it is Dhoni, whether it is Abhishek Nair. You have made team selection a complete mess. You have played Washington Sundar and Nitish Kumar Reddy continuously in the last week.
Yeah. So
First,
good,
you
it's so
played
good.
multiple all-rounders. And
So good,
not
man.
one all-rounder bowl.
It's so good.
Not one all-rounder bowl. And all of a sudden, when you think that's where you could have played a specialist batter, yeah, that's where you could have played a specialist bowler. Both of your all-rounders did actually nothing.
Shubman Gill being dropped in Melbourne. What was that?
And for what? Washington Sundar and Nitish Reddy. Nitish Reddy now got 100. People will say, he got 100. But just as a choice of batter, Washington Sundar did nothing with the ball in Melbourne. Here, in the 2 innings, he has not bowled 1 over. He's being played as an all-rounder. The team selection has been completely baffling all series. Baffling.
Yeah, exactly what I wrote about. Was it yesterday or day before? Yesterday. uh, sorry, day before, there's such a disconnect between what is being said, what is being told to us in the press conferences, through statements versus what is actually being executed on the field. There is such a disconnect. You can't put your finger on what India is trying to do. I think yesterday, when India came out to bat, I think that's the only place where we see that India had a clear strategy, where Indian batters had a clear role. But apart from that, I don't, I can't put my finger on it. I can't understand what Indian bowling lineup was trying to do today post lunch or even throughout the day. What are the plans and why are different? What are you saying in the what you're saying in the press conference versus what you're delivering is a huge. It's a huge disconnect.
Gautam Gambhir in the press conference says not having Bumrah is not an excuse.
Yes.
We had our moments. And you clearly did not take your moments. You cannot be dependent on one player. Absolutely, you had your moments. If you think about 94 for 6 in Melbourne, whole Australia out 120 match on, you're chasing 250 runs, not 340 runs. 94 for 6, Australia would have got India. They would have bowled India out for 100 runs. India had Australia on the bat at 94 for 6. Australia goes on to score 240 with 60 runs between Boland and Nathan Lyon.
Yeah. It's ridiculous to think about now that you look in hindsight and all the decisions that have been taken. It's just baffling how India has handled uh, India.
Siraj had an outstanding attitude throughout the series. Can't speak enough about Bumrah. He was absolutely brilliant. Tenure has been tough as coach, but that's what I expected as India head coach. These are all comments from Gautam Gambhir in the press conference, by the way. Not the right time to talk about what will happen 5 months from now during the England series.
Yeah.
Yes, but that is the next five
There
big
are
test
questions,
series.
but there are questions.
Do you have answers to those questions? Do you have the long term plan? Who will be your bowlers? You tried a lot of equations. If this is how the team selection goes, half kind of bits and pieces players will not do the job. You did not go in for specialists here, and it has come to bite. You have lost the border. It could have been 4-0 had Bumrah not won part. Single-handed brilliance with help from Jaiswal and Rahul. Had Bumrah not gone in the first innings, at Perth, this would have been 4-0.
It could have been. Now that we look back on it, without a Jasprit Bumrah, the difference between an Indian team with a Jasprit Bumrah versus without a Jasprit Bumrah is a night and day.
Yeah, and that is the stunning bit, Gargi, that you cannot be dependent on one player.
You cannot. I mean, I'm surprised that we have to keep making this point, but that's the case. That is the case with the current Indian batting, current Indian team. I'm trying to think of a angle as well, maybe a star performer, someone like a Jasprit Bumrah, but I can't think of anyone.
Maybe Jaiswal did well.
Jaiswal did well.
Maybe Jaiswal did well, but I would always like everyone to play domestic cricket if they are available.
Yeah.
If they have the commitment to play red ball cricket, then you have to play domestic cricket. The first part stay.
Oh.
We don't have an exact extent of Bumrah's injury.
Really?
Medical team is working. We don't have an exact extent of Bumrah's injury. Medical team is working, says Gautam Gambhir. The most diplomatic answer possible without giving much. This is so India. Complete lack of transparency once again. You mean to say you have no idea? The scans were done. What are the results of the scans? I'm sure you have results of the scans. Why don't you tell us? What is the extent of the injury? How long? I'm sure some diagnosis has already taken place.
Exactly.
Both Rohit and Virat have the hunger to play. I hope they take Indian cricket forward. How? How will they take Indian cricket forward unless they play domestic cricket? Gautam making these sweeping comments, both Virat and Rohit have the hunger. How will they take Indian cricket forward if they are not playing domestic cricket? How will they play red ball cricket? Where is the improvement going to come from? You think automatically they will improve? At this age, Rohit and Virat both have weaknesses now. Without playing county cricket, without playing domestic cricket, without playing red ball cricket, where's the improvement going to come from?
No idea. It's not going to come out of the nets for sure. If that's what it's being implied, then I don't know. I'm really having a very difficult time wrapping my head around the statements that Gautam Gambhir is making because It sort of feels like he's being very diplomatic and not calling a spade a spade. Plus, with the transparency issue,
the truth is, a team that loses 3-0 at home
has to be
doesn't deserve to play the WTC final.
That's true.
You could have made amends here.
Yeah.
Australia wasn't the Australia that all of us expected to turn up. Australia was fragile with their batting. The bowling was good with obviously Stark, Cummins, and Boland, and initially Hazelwood. But the batting was a weak link for Australia as well.
Yes.
India,
But they
unfortunately,
made it
wasn't
work.
able because we were as bad. Take a look at the shot selection of India. Take a look at the game awareness. Melbourne could have been a draw. Bad shot rating. Here, yesterday, think of the Virat Kohli dismissal and think of the Shubman Gill dismissal. And tell me, you take 50-50 runs there. Shubman Gill is your number 3 batter. For the longest time, because we criticize or we now will go after Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, this guy flies under the radar.
Yeah. When you think about it, Australians made Indian bowling lineup work hard to get those wickets. Versus what has India done? They've given away wickets. And they've given away the match and now the series.
Seniors are not performing well. Bench is not ready. Future of Test cricket is glued. Orithro Chaudhary, you are right.
I think he's right.
You are right. This is becoming a problem. India loses too much money in this sport. What do you say?
No, it's
Missing
not
Ravi
us.
Shastri badly. Missing Ravi Shastri badly. Had a chat with Ravi in the media box, and the point is this wicket. Ravi, Justin, all of them were saying the same. There was enough in that track. Enough in that track for India to exploit.
Exactly my point. Come on, you just all you have to do is compare what they did yesterday. That's all you had to be. You and the ball wasn't even that old. It's 8 over.
What's the future of Gautam Gambhir?
I don't. I'm not sure.
I think if Champions Trophy,
with it.
no, for the moment they will.
Yeah.
For the moment they will. But if Champions Trophy doesn't go your way, and if England doesn't go your way,
Then
I think
hard.
it's the Anil Kumble story.
Yep.
Because Gautam Gambhir's ways of dealing with this team, sooner than later, and I have this apprehension, I've written about it, that is Gautam Gambhir going to go the Anil Kumble way. Because a Rishabh Pant, a Shubman Gill, a Jasprit Bumrah, the way the Rohit Sharma issue was handled, the Rohit Sharma issue was handled poor.
It was bad. You know what? I think it's a very harsh statement to make, but he made it with
He was that last
I,
day.
I keep thinking about him coming out for that practice session and being completely clueless. Completely clueless. And you could see the body language. He was down. Rohit Sharma was down on that day. And, he can handle so much. Like I said, when we were waiting for that press conference to happen, there were 2 chairs there. And we were all expecting at that point that Rohit Sharma was going to be down. Everyone had anticipated that. So we have thought that it could be both of them, Rohit Sharma, they're going to come in and explain why this decision was taken. Do it with class and transparency.
Use 3 words that
Yeah.
class.
None of that happened. None of that happened. But the fact that Gautam Gambhir came in, when asked about Rohit Sharma in the playing 11, he answered so sternly. He could have made an example there. He could have made an example.
I 100% agree that Gautam could have shown empathy.
Yeah.
Gautam could have handled it with dignity and class. The complete lack of transparency there was baffling for me. That day also I wrote that Rohit as a senior player, as leader and captain, deserves better. Handle this situation better. You might win, you might lose. This was a test match that India could have been far more competitive.
Yes.
Let's finish off and we will be back. We also need to stock take.
Yes.
We also need to stock take because this has been quite a
To
jolt for us.
understand what's going on. Because I think right now we're a little clueless about what we say. Because what do you say? What do you say at this point?
The truth is, Jasprit Bumrah was the only lone warrior
Throughout the series.
throughout the series.
Yeah. And then you overdid it.
Yeah, because and you kept saying that we know how to handle him and all that.
No, you did.
Sadly, He was overbowled. India had, imagine for even picking wicket number 10, you had to go to Jasprit Bumrah. In Melbourne, you had to go to Jasprit Bumrah for wicket number 10.
Yes.
Your other bowlers were not able to.
Bumrah had to play percent.
5 points to sum up. We will come back at 12 noon India time. Point number one, team selection, wrong calls. Point number two, absolutely inconsistent bowling. Point number three, second bowler, leave alone the third bowler. In Australian conditions where fast bowling is critical, think of the 21 series, a Sharking stepped up, Natarajan stepped up, a Siraj stepped up, 18 series, a Shami stepped up, a Bumrah stepped up, and Ivan Sharma is there, and X is there, and all of a sudden there's a complete package. Here, there is only one Jasprit Bumrah. Point number four, the top order never fires.
Never.
You replaced Rohit Sharma with a Shubman Gill, and look what Shubman Gill does.
Yeah. That was the most baffling. That was, what I'm not even going to take anything else in consideration. The fact that you moved your best batter was looking so good. I think that messed with his head.
Did you? I was about to ask. Do you think it upset his rhythm?
Yes. 100% it did. And you're telling me that he wasn't upset by that ball? I mean, must have felt a little,
Because
you know,
he was playing.
what's more? If I was in KL Rahul's position, I would think, what more do you want to do? I understand that he came in as a replacement for Rohit Sharma at the opening.
Yeah, but he's done the job.
Negotiations to be at the most recent. Was Rohit Sharma looking good enough to go back to the opening position? No, he was not. Why did you move KL Rahul? Gosh,
This has been such.
very
It was so. Yeah, it's so heavy. I mean, so many questions doing the rounds as far as India is concerned.
Yeah.
And we have a massive England tour in 6 months' time. I'm trying to think my way, and you're not playing any red ball. Your domestic season is done. You're going to jump into Champions Trophy, play white ball against England. Then you play the IPL, and then you rush into England series of 5 Test matches. Folks, there can be a lot of pain around the corner. There can be a lot of pain around the corner. We will obviously try and sort of understand this better. We'll come back at 12 noon India, which is 5:30 here. Let's all try and soak in.
Yeah.
Let's all try and soak in what transpired. Questions have to be asked of Rohit, of Virat, of the management, of the batters. What about the support cast and the bowlers, Gargi? But Indian cricket, Test cricket, red ball cricket is at a crossroad.
it's concerning. It's concerning what we've seen throughout the series. Yes, you've seen glimpses. Yes, you've seen good debuts, but is it doesn't give you longevity? Does a Jasprit Bumrah not being there completely change your team?
Did
It did.
whatever Gautam Gambhir says it did.
It did. Yes.
We will finish now. Let's
Yes.
come back. Let's come back at 12 o'clock. By then, this signal will also be better because the crowd would have dispersed by
We
then.
can do it outside.
We can do it from even inside because by then it would have all gone. Rahul, thank you very much everyone for watching. Rahul, can you end the stream now? We will be back at 12 noon India time, 5:30 signal.